Okay guys, so we got the Bronco over to the shop. I wasn't going to do it here, but now I'm going to. His cousin has two, possibly more, so we're going to try and get them all done at the same time. So what I'm going to do here, this is grill brick and long strides all the way. And just knock it off. This is original paint, so it should be pretty easy. This I'll strip with something because we just want that all off, but you just like blocking, and you'll knock everything off you want. You'll see if there's what needs to be fixed. I thought about stripping it to bare metal and just sealing it, but I'll try this first, see how good it is. All right, everyone, so I use the grill brick on here. There's another name for it, but it's grill brick. So I use it on here, and then I hit any low areas with this. On this one, I took a little hook tool and pulled most of that out, and then I used my crud thug to get pretty much the rest of it. Now this is a lot thicker metal, and so I did use this tool on there because it gets it out real fast. So now what I'll do is I'll get this with a different pad, and I'll get up in all the areas that are hard to hit. I'm not taking this black off because it's a factory primer. We'll just sand it, but then we'll start mudding everywhere on this side. I'm gonna leave this for right now. There's a dent right there. But I'm basically gonna have to that edge. I'm gonna get that done. Then I'm gonna put some sealer over it, epoxy primer, and then regular primer. And I'll be doing this door and that door at the same time. All right, so we got everything pretty much ready to go on this panel. We're gonna skim up to here, through here, and then down up in this area. We got rid of, was the tire here? Well, no, what was here? I think the tire was over in this section. I don't know. Anyway, the guys at the metal shop welded that up. Anyway, if you notice, this is a front fender put onto a back. So yeah, we're gonna skim coat that, and then I'm just gonna skim coat the small areas on top because it was pretty straight. And then we will go ahead and hit the areas on the doors too. I gotta sand a little more. I don't want any blue on this door at all. This we're fine with. Okay, so I threw some mud on. I forgot to video it. Busy. Anyway, use the orbital sander there, and then I have my block, some round things to get in these edges. I hit it with 40 grit and some 80 in some spots just to knock it down. We want to get the bigger areas done, and then I'll skim coat the areas I need to. Hopefully I can do that in 2 shots, and then we'll be able to put sealer down, and then put primer down, and then start blocking again. All right, so we got this door. It is not to this one, it's to the other one, and there is a ton of Bondo in it. It looked pretty pregnant, You know, it has this ugly primer on here. And honestly, I think once we get this out and skim coat it, it'll look pretty good all the way down. I don't know if they just kept adding Bondo and adding, and no clue. But looking inside of the door, it doesn't look too bad. Anyway, this is a mess, but we'll get it all ground out and get all the blue, all the red, everything off, and skim coat this door. All right, guys, so this door is pretty pregnant. You know, it's got hit on the bottom here. It's pushed all this up. So I don't recommend you doing this, but I'm gonna torch this, and then this unispotter here, if you guys don't know, pulls dents, but there's a special tip for it that also heats up the metal to shrink the metal. So don't advise you do this. Never done it. You can really screw the metal up. So we're gonna have to do in here too, but it'll all work. All right, so we got this door heated in place. We got the holes welded up. I'm not gonna mess up here yet because I'm gonna have to skim coat this entire door. So based off this door, which is pretty good, we take this straight edge, and now these are bowed a little, but what I did was I got it on both sides matching what I do on this one. So we'll mix up some mud, we'll get spreading. I'm using this USC, I think the other name for it's AG47. I need to get a camera and a tripod. Well, I have a tripod. I need to get a camera so I can mix showing and spreading and doing all that. But for right now, I'm just gonna lay the mud and you will see, we'll go from the next step. All right, so I skim coated everything. This is second or third. I think I put one layer on, then I skim coated the whole door, and then just the last little spots. And then what you hit it with, long block here, I got 40 grit, because I'm going to be priming this, blocking it a few times. The other door is pretty good. We're just gotta, my boy's sanding the inside there. So now what I'm going to do is, with that grill brick, I'm going over here, and you can see the high and low spots with that grill brick. So what we'll do is we'll grind the low spots, fill it, because there's going to be no blue left on this thing anywhere. It's all going down. So we'll fill that, get that, and then we'll be able to put epoxy sealer on both doors and then put primer over it. This, we're just going to hit this spot, and then up there, this thing will be ready to prime. And then we'll block it, prime it, block it. Very end, I will put seam sealer in here. I usually put tape. I forgot when I laid this, but it helps put the tape on, spread the mud, and then pull it off. And it gives you nice lines. But we'll seal this same time we do those doors. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some epoxy sealer on here, and I am using its shop line. JP 375. That's a gray. They have black. I don't know if they have white in shop line. So I'm putting that over everything. I got the doors roughed in with 40 grit, and then got the quarter panel roughed in with 40 grit. Then I sand everything down so all the blue's gone. Put a good wet coat of the epoxy sealer down, and then I'm gonna go over it with, you wait about 30 minutes just like you're doing base coat, and then a 2K high build primer. I'm gonna put probably 3 coats on because we're gonna be blocking it with 80 next, and just rip it down, fix any little spots, prime again, 120, prime, 220, maybe a light prime, or a light prime and then 320, depending on how good it is. But these things gotta be nice, so that's what we're gonna do now. Okay, so got the primer on over the sealer. Everything looks pretty good. So now what I'm gonna do is I buy this stuff, get flat black. I go to Home Depot or Lowe's for the cheapest stuff. It used to be 99 cents a can pre-COVID, but then now it's like $3. But anyway, you want to shake it really good. This is the guide coat, and put it on dry. Now you can go buy guide coat. You can buy a powder. They make stuff specific, but pretty much everywhere I've worked, they never really use it because it's cheaper and it works. So we'll get this on. You don't have to go heavy with it at all, because you want it to dry good. You can kind of, some people cross hatch over it, but anyway, so we'll let this sit tonight. Tomorrow on my big block, my 12-inch, we're gonna go over this with 80 and hit everything, knock everything down, and then I'll probably leave it for a minute, skim coat what I need to, because what's going on is, get it to bare metal, do all the metal work, then I throw mud down in the bigger areas, 1-2 coats, 40 grit it, and then I just leave it. I don't sit there and try and chase it all over and keep putting it on, sanding it off. So I like to do this, and then that way I can just put the sealer over it. Then put a couple of coats of primer, because then I'll use that as my first good thick coat, and then I can block it with the 80 grit. Or I can even use that grill brick even. But on this, I think I'm gonna 80. And then, like I said, after you 80, fix what you need to. Prime it again, hit it with 120. It all depends on how nice you want it. These things gotta be nice. So there's no, and that's why we're going to bare metal on everything. We'll strip all the blue. Easier, nicer, cleaner. Anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. We're just gonna do episodes because, excuse me, at first I thought I was gonna do this Bronco, and then I got these. So I was gonna do this Bronco specific, steps kind of a series, but we'll just do a series on all of them because I want this thing done. The body should be here today. Then there's another Bronco after that. So we'll see you on the next video.